morning, guys. Very early morning. It's about 6:15. I'm out for a morning walk, something I like to do in a few times a week before work. I get to work from home today, so I'll make it a bit longer. I have some appointments this afternoon. I thought I'd do a video about me, recent trips, pitfalls learning to do this, meaning vlogging, technical difficulties that occurred yesterday which were quite frustrating, and future upcoming trips. I also share a bit about myself. I thus hope to then you'll see why I do what I do, or trying to do. Well, to start off, my name is Peter. I'm originally from the US. I lived in Europe 7 of the last 8 years. I've been in the Netherlands a year. I live in Eindhoven, work for a tech company here, where I'm a program manager. So it means I work a lot, so content-wise will come slow now and then, but free, but more now and then. I am very, generally get along with people. I never have a problem meeting people when I travel. So hopefully this will aid with YouTube. It's just as you know, getting used to asking people to be on camera. That's a live and learn. I also have been traveling quite a bit since I've been in Europe. In the fall, though, I plan to be a little more adventurous and go to South America. Okay, now to flash forward to an area. Now it's a little quieter. As I was walking through the center there, I came out of this neighborhood and there was a trash truck, people running and screaming. So back to where I was. I said that in the fall I'm going to South America, most likely Colombia. I have friends there or from there. They're old colleagues from when I lived in Denmark. I very much look forward to the trip because I would say it's my first adventure trip. I've been to Taiwan, I've been to Dubai, I've been to, as I mentioned, almost all of Europe. The only countries I haven't been to in the European Union are Slovakia and Iceland, who I call the troublemaker because it's too good to join everybody else and be attached to the mainland. And then in the spring, plan to go to Georgia, Ukraine, and oh, I haven't been to Bulgaria, but I may go there instead of Romania in the fall. I have a friend who's joining me. Okay, back to other things I want to talk about. One, as you've seen on my channel, I have a blue BMW. It's a 2018 1 Series. I call it Pepe. Then I have my travel buddy, who is Opus. He is a very dear part of my traveling life. He's been pretty much to every country I've been to, and he is kind of my good luck charm. I can't say I've had perfect travels, but the majority have been pretty problem-free. People seem to leave me alone when I travel, and I have a very generic look, it seems, and I'm treated as a local by the locals. Even in Turkey, these elderly men were speaking Turkish to me, and I know Turkish people who would say, yeah, I could pass for Turk. I've even been asked if I'm half Chinese by a Chinese woman in Munich. Long story, but In addition to my car, which I consider part of my travel equipment, I have GoPro Black, which I'm using now, and a Canon M50. Nice thing about the GoPro is it is a lot lighter and you can abuse the crap out of them, but the Canon definitely has better video, mainly because it has a larger sensor so it can get the light. Then I have also a mic for it and waiting for the connection for the GoPro to get that same mic attached. Okay, another flash forward. Here I am walking along the Domo. It's where I live in Eindhoven. And as you can see, the sun is rising. There's some ducks and other birds behind me. You might be able to hear the other birds in the trees. And more equipment I have is a DJI Spark drone. And the Spark is a good real drone to start off with. Plus, it weighs 300 grams, or around 2/3, 3/4 of a pound, and which makes it good for travel. One, it's really light. I know the Mavic Air is about the same compact size, it weighs 500 grams. However, if you look at drone laws within the EU, which I do have to deal with, the Mavic being at 500 may raise more attention than the Spark at 300. For example, in Romania, drones that are 300, that are 500 grams and below, you don't have to register, report anything. The Mavic's Air is at 500. So you may have more restrictions on a drone that weight than the Spark. The Netherlands is pretty liberal. They do have height limits, distance limits, but most places do. I find the Spark, range before I have issues is 200 to 300 meters. And that's like connection. Some people I've seen can go out a kilometer. Well, in the EU, you're not supposed to be able to do that. It's supposed to be within sight. I don't have terrible vision. I think it's pretty good, except I need glasses for reading. And when I'm looking at the Spark at 200-300 meters, you know, it's a small little thing. And if you don't have the right silhouette, you're not going to see it. And that's still quite a ways out to capture what you want. You should be able to frame most anything at that distance. Okay, on to other things I use to travel. One, I believe in quality gear. I do travel quite a bit. I have my cheap pieces of luggage per se, but most of my gear is either made by Patagonia or the North Face, the ones I use regularly. I'm a real Patagonia fan. One, their customer service is amazing. The quality of their gear, they have a 25% or 25-year warranty, and which I've used. I mean, I have gear that is 25 years old, and probably older than maybe some viewers, and it still looks great, and I use it fairly regularly. This bag is Patagonia, this top is Patagonia. I always buy it at outlets, or I have friends that have given me Proform discounts, or got me Proform discounts. The North Face, I feel, is not as good as it used to be, but it's still, especially their base camp backpack duffel bags, are top of the line. And especially if you have to do walking, they're nice if you want to, say, have to go from a train station to or airport, and you have to walk a distance to get to where you're going, then it's nice to have, I'm gonna go this way, to have that flexibility. And I'll show the review on those if you're not familiar with them. I have 3 of those bags. 2 are the North Face and 1 is Patagonia. Each have their advantage. The largest is Patagonia, so, and this other 2 are North Face. One's a 50 liter and a 33 liter, which really is, in some, go back this way, more of a gym bag. And again, there's plus minuses to both. My Patagonia is a 60 liter. Hey guys, I'm being honest, I'm doing a take 2. I was talking about where I live in the Netherlands. It's called Eindhoven. Eindhoven, pronounced locally, but there's an N at the end. It's in the southwest area of, no, southeast area of the Netherlands. Flat as hell. I mean, one of the buildings I work in is you can see everything. So as I said, it's flat. Makes Denmark look like the Rockies. But it's close to Belgium, Germany. There's an unrestricted area on the Autobahn. And for those who don't know, and when I mean unrestricted, it's limitless speed. So go as fast as you want. I hope to get there more in the near future when time allows, because some things in personal life are quite busy, preventing me from going, or other factors. And I have lived here a year. I think I said that before. But I also, when it comes to my work and life, I keep work separate from my personal life as much as I can. I have colleagues who have now become close friends. Some of them you may see on future trips, and especially 2 of them I'm very fortunate to have, because we have become quite close. I've had my trials here, some good, some bad. Trials can go both ways, and I'm sure some people haven't seen it, a guy walking around with a GoPro in the middle of the morning, but this is becoming more common. But back to the personal work life, none of my direct colleagues in a department, I will send them small clips of my trips, but they never see the full clip. Unless I won't send them a link to my YouTube. That's quote unquote personal. And anything I do on that doesn't involve work. It's usually my personal travels, or they're about personal time, so I will do my best to have better YouTube content. One of my videos I thought I finished, Brașov, of a day overnight in Brașov, Romania, was not. I use an iPad Pro to do it, like the film editing. It's actually becoming, I'm learning it's becoming quite quick. And there are plus minuses to using an iPad. The major plus is if you do travel, it's extremely light. Downside is it's not a computer, but for the price you get a lot of computer power. I download from 3 separate units. One is the GoPro, which you have to use the app for it to process, to tie the video and sound together. For those who didn't know it, live and learn on that. Then I can download it directly from the app into iPad's library, which is easy. The other one is the Canon. Oh, sorry about that. And which is super easy. You know, you take the SD card out, boom, it's in. It's uploaded. went through the dongle. The app, and then the other's the iPhone, because you always have a camera with you. The app I use is LumaFusion, who really frustrated me yesterday. Generally it's really good, it's a lot of features, it's considered one of the best in the reviews. They say you can use it equivalent to almost everything in Adobe on a tablet. But yesterday I finished the video with Brashov, and I go to process it, upload it to YouTube, spend a lot of time on it. I thought I did, because this does take time. Even a small video may take a couple hours of, you know, searching through, and there was an error, couldn't find it. So if I want that video up, I gotta completely redo it. So, killing the baby. All right, at least the GoPro has fairly decent image stabilization. I do plan to get a gimbal in a couple months, but that just adds weight if you're walking. And first, the little stick, that's also a tripod. All right, so I'll restart the Brashov video this weekend, plan some trips, and like I said, the next trip will be Colombia, most likely. Based off my connections, not the best time to go. It'll be mid-October or end October. Hopefully some friends will go with me, they seem interested, and you'll see a little more of my personal life. Also, yeah, anyway guys, if you like this, please subscribe. And on Instagram, I'm at Blackpaw. Won't go into why I was called that. And I really appreciate you watching anytime. Like, you plus or minus comments, I really don't care, as long as they're constructive. Have a great day.